This is Shane, Hurricane Helms, inviting you to watch Rasslin Rage. That's Rasslin, Rasslin, Rage, every Friday night, 8 p.m. on YouTube.com. And if not, what's up with that?
Oh!
This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. Scream it out loud. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. Let's go down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. Scream it out loud. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade.
And now it's time for Rasslin Rage with your host, Cody Fleming.
Yo, what's happening? All right, so I think I got everything all straightened around, but welcome to a brand new episode of Rasslin Rage. I'm your host, Cody, and
I'm his co-host, Master Ware. With my brand new title that I just earned last night, thanks to Quentin. That's right. You want it, Quentin? You know where it is.
you got to come get it.
You gotta come get it.
That's right. So that puts this gentleman at a six-time host of Rasslin Rage, which is the all-time, and oh, dude, what? 6 times, Danny Beal says.
6 times.
Oh, no. Yeah, you're behind now.
And champion.
Yeah. For sure. Let me see. Very good. All right, so make sure you scroll down into the description and check out those affiliate links for Highspots and WWEshop.com. Don't forget, you can purchase T-shirts on ProWrestlingTees.com/Rasslin Rage.
That's not this one.
You can't get those anymore. Those are gone.
This is a collector's item.
Yeah, that's it. And so, check this out. Rasslin Rage T-shirts are available on ProWrestlingTees.com/Rasslin Rage. Just click the link in the description to visit our store on Pro Wrestling Tees website. Every shirt is 100% cotton and available in sizes up to 5X. Show your love for Rasslin Rage and get yours today. And there you go. So don't forget ProWrestlingTees.com/Rasslin Rage. Rasslin Rage has Facebook and Twitter, so you can please like or subscribe or whatever you do on there.
Or dislike, I guess.
Or you can dislike too, whatever. I get some of those too. But at Rasslin Rage on both of those. And make sure to like this, smash it, do whatever you do. You can even give me a thumbs down. I don't care. Doesn't matter.
Whatever.
It's all interaction.
Why would you, though, really?
I know, right? So
The only thumbs down is it's been 2 weeks.
that's right. Yeah, I know.
Oh, my good. You know what it's like on a Friday night when you're in a routine,
Right,
and all
I
of a sudden
know.
you go, oh,
Yeah, now there's nothing to do.
that's all right.
Yeah, well, and and I was in Europe, so it was really late by the time it was time to do Rasslin Rage anyway.
I almost called CJ and said, hey, come on,
Yeah.
let's get it up and running.
Hook
We'll
it
do
up. Hook it up, buddy. All right, so with that, we're going right into Indies, and we're going to talk a little bit about Blue Water Championship Wrestling's upcoming event on May 4th. So when we come back.
Mr. Fitness Slim Trim is the supreme ultimate athlete is here to say tune in Friday nights 8 p.m. on YouTube. Rasslin Rage with Cody. Don't miss it. Twinkie Power.
Technical
There you go.
difficulties.
Run it twice. It's so good. Even better the second time.
So, coming up here, let's see, make sure I can get this right here. Bam, there it is. Oh, we got
Yeah.
let's scoot. You're cut off. Scoot over. There you go. Good. There. So, as we see it, Blue Water Championship Wrestling in your face action returns to the American Legion in downtown Port Huron on May 4th.
4th.
Now, yes, I said it, May 4th. If you're a nerd like myself or Masterwear, you are encouraged to dress up in your favorite Star Wars costume. I have to ask you, sir, are you going full Sith or are you going Jedi? Or are we going to have to wait to find out?
No, I'm going to go as a Jedi this time.
Jedi?
Yeah,
all right, so Jedi.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a little easier.
Right.
To get in and out of the ring. But
Yeah,
I don't think I can wear the outer cloak, though.
Yeah.
That'd be
I don't know if I want to wear mine either. I'll wear mine.
I know
Jedi.
Master Taylor's wearing something. I know she's dressing up for it. So, please
that's-
dress up. Have some fun. You know, why not? You're going to come out. You're going to see a great show.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
So let's get into it.
Yeah, well, and so we already have a couple matches, like 4 or 5 matches already been announced. And the first one up that was announced on Blue Water Championship Wrestling was the MM3 versus Cyrus Satine. So Cyrus Satine coming back.
Up from Florida.
Right, and he was just in a main event for the heavyweight championship in ACW, American Combat Champion, or American Combat Wrestling. There we go. And so I really like this match. I don't think I've ever seen these two take on each other. So I'm very interested in seeing this one. And you know, with everything that Cyrus has put into his toolbox now, you know, since he's been down in Florida and he's been wrestling in a couple different organizations down there. Plus, you know, he's traveling with WWN, and he had was in Mercury Rising, their big event that they do during WrestleMania weekend. So I'm really interested to see this. You know, in MM3, you know, he's no slouch when it comes to wrestling.
No,
you know,
not at all. I'm looking forward to seeing how Q and MM3 get
I'm
along.
telling you,
missed the last show.
I know.
And it was fairly interesting what happened between the two of them. So that was good. It's good to have Cyrus coming back
again. Yeah,
will be great to see him. He's doing really good down there in Florida. He's getting, he's working his tail off. So that's awesome, and it's good to see that he's going to be back and going up against somebody who is obviously rising through the ranks and ready to show his stuff too, so it should be awesome.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And so according to, I wasn't at the last show, but I do remember some off the cuff remarks that Atlas Hightower made while he was in the ring. And I don't know what it is with him. You know, he was a very well liked guy at one time in Blue Water. And somewhere along the lines, I think he got derailed and went off.
He's just stuck on himself,
right?
That's the whole thing. It's I guess you get to that point in your career where you're working so hard and you're trying to get yourself to a point and a level, and you just seem to get there, and then you start falling back, and you get there and you fall back. And I think he just realized that now it's time for him. He's got to push forward. He doesn't care who he steps on to get there,
right? And that so. With that said, he said he wants some competition. He doesn't feel like he has any competition, which hey man, there's a few guys that I would like to see him go against. But with that said, that's the wrong one. Where'd that one go? There we go. We need this one. No, that's not it either. There it is. Man, Cody, what are you doing, buddy? Getting all.
Hold on, he's getting there.
Yeah,
he's getting there.
Someday, we're
right there. No.
Yeah.
There
we go. And
okay.
So, there we go.
We're back.
So what is going on is he's going to have a handicap match against Twinkie Power.
Well, that's some competition right there.
Yeah, that's definitely some competition. So this should be pretty interesting with the antics of the tag team known as Twinkie Power going against one man who says he runs the ring. So it's going to be an interesting match.
Which is good because that Mr. Fitness can run the ring with him.
We hope so.
There we go.
And Mr. Fitness is one of my buds, and so is Rob. So I always look forward to seeing those guys in the ring. It's a good time. Now, this one is a little strange. Well, it's not strange. I think we kind of seen it coming, and here it is. Justin Maine been cleared.
He's been cleared to wrestle again.
He's cleared to wrestle, and now the first man to step up to the plate to take on Maine for the title, Cody Hawk. Now there's a lot of things that have been going on since before the injury, and we saw some maybe a disruption in the 5 Most Wanted with Shauna Reed taking what looks to a liking to Justin Maine and causing
Is it
the
Justin
loss.
Maine, or is it the belt?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
She's a high end girl.
That's
and she
true.
likes that gold.
That's true.
Where that gold is where the money is.
Right. Well, and speaking of that, Cody Hawk, I did interview Cody Hawk. He is going to Las Vegas, and he is going to be the recipient of the Trainer's Award for the Cauliflower Alley Club at the end of May. So, check that out on my YouTube. And, also coming up, not this week, or not next week, but the week after, you're going to see an interview with Sean Reed up there as well.
Oh,
so
you got a lot of interviews coming up in the next week.
Yeah, well, you got to keep it going. You got to keep going.
Why not?
You got to keep going. That's the thing. I'm trying to keep videos coming. I'm trying to keep stuff coming on there. But I'm definitely interested to see this one. Whose corner do you think Shauna Reed's going to be in?
I think she'll be in the middle.
Do you think she's in the middle? Now,
why don't we make her the special guest referee?
Now, here's even a better, okay.
Well,
what if,
again, we don't know if Shauna's going to be there.
What if she's doing this to
Oh, 5 Most Wanted is
Dirty.
Masters of the Head game.
That's what I mean. What if that's why she's doing this? To get in his head and Cody takes the title.
Justin's better than that.
You think so?
Listen, you got Justin Maine. He's a heavyweight champion here in Blue Water Championship Wrestling. He's champion all over the state of Michigan.
That's true. He's got
not
a bunch
only
of
that,
belts.
he's an actor. Okay, so he knows what it's like to have groupies and things like that. So I think he's better than that.
Right.
Hopefully, he is smarter than that. And he can keep going, and just block it out and just go on. Because I'm telling you what, you're talking about the trainer of Dean Ambrose.
That's true.
You better
Sammy
be on
Callahan,
your game.
Eli Drake.
You better be on your game.
Yeah,
he's been down to the Performance Center several times. So, you know what? If he's not in the game, he's going to end up losing his belt.
Yeah,
and
that's for sure.
You can't worry about that.
He's got to get in the game. Then, so I was online there, and I seen it on Kid Bullet's page, and then it was announced today on Blue Water Championship Wrestling. But Billy Ray Daniels takes on Kid Bullet.
And Kid Bullet's on a streak right now.
Yeah, and I wasn't at the last show, so who did Billy Ray go against at the last show? Keith Cream?
Nope.
Max Morrison?
That's it.
Max Morrison. All right.
See, okay, you have to understand, tested for master, pretty much lost all of my memory.
It's okay.
It's all gone.
But yeah, I'm interested to see this. I've had conversation with both these guys, and I'm always going to be a little biased, and
sure,
I'm going BRD. But that's just the way I am because I'm a biased kind of guy, and
it should be a good match. No doubt, it's going to be a good match. Like I said, Kid Bullet's on a streak. I think he's won his last 3 matches. So
that's right. And then here comes one of your, this is your boy taking on,
Speaking of being on a streak, Keith Cream's on a losing streak.
Yeah, well, and he's gonna. How does a guy that's on a losing streak get a title shot?
I am not a Blue Water Championship Wrestling executive.
I know, but
I
still,
am merely the ring announcer.
I know, it just doesn't make sense to me. But whatever. I mean, who am I? I'm just a guy with a YouTube channel. Anyway,
that's right. He's gonna. Oh, you know what? Good for him. He's gonna get a shot at Weaponized, and last time he got.
He's
pretty
got a
much
busy
handed
weekend
to him by Karam.
Right, yeah.
And now he's going to get another DTA member going to show him exactly what it's all about.
Well, and Alex is pretty busy this weekend.
Yeah, he's very busy.
So this weekend, he's not even in town right now. He's out of town, and then tomorrow he is here at bam. Here we go. He is here at Die Hard. So BCWA, all right, BCWA, and tomorrow in Wyandotte, a lot of great matches. Alex is taking on Chase Burnett. Now,
yes,
I really hope, and I wrote this down because I want to make sure I want Alex to pop this dude right in his mouth.
What? Chase
right in his mouth.
Right. He really fired Alex up.
Oh, yeah, he did. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'd watched
you
that
heard
promo.
it across the room last night.
I actually watched it today, and I'm like, he got so frustrated at the end he couldn't even talk. And if my son can't talk, there's problems.
There's
problems.
Yeah. So, and Shark Boy obviously makes the return with his title that he beat Chase for in a fatal 4-way, which was the main event at the last BCWA show. And my mouse, there we go. And then Justin Maine, again, which he was supposed to be in a one-on-one match because he's the BCWA heavyweight title holder, the Alliance title. No, not the Alliance title. He is the heavyweight title holder.
Right.
Now, he was supposed to defend it against Orlando Christopher previously. And that match couldn't happen because of his injury. So then now all of a sudden, they've added somebody else to the match.
So why not? Well, you wait long enough, that's what happens,
Right.
isn't it?
The new DSW champion,
Yes.
Dread King Logan, has now been added to the match. So this is going to be interesting. Tickets are $10 online. I cannot stress to you enough that how awesome of a show that they do put on here for the price. However, I'm not going to be able to make it to the show because I'm going to be at Legends of Wrestling.
Q's going to this. Is Q going to this?
This one?
I think
He might
Q's
be.
going to this one.
He may
He's
be.
going without his title, but he's going.
Yeah, but I'll be going to Legends of Wrestling in Frazier with Ric Flair, Booker T, Bret Hart, Rick Steiner,
I guess if you
David
gotta
Arquette.
choose.
Yeah, you know. Well, hey, listen. Here's the deal. There's a big show going on in Ohio too, where there's a bunch of stars. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's Heroes and Legends.
Heroes and Legends.
And I would travel and do that and it's on the same day. But I like the one all price that I get with Legends of Wrestling.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
You know, I'm gonna put it out there. You pay $295.
Okay.
That gives you everybody's autograph
Picture?
and a picture
Oh.
with them, right? So you get this. And you can have them autograph that,
All right.
or you can bring something, which I have another Ric Flair to get signed because that
You're
one's
not going to have
smudged.
him sign that piece of robe?
No, I'm gonna have him sign another one of them. I have to have the matching Charlotte and Ric Flair with the blue robes.
All right.
But and
That is in the blue robe, isn't it?
Yeah,
Isn't that picture part of the blue robe?
well, a different one.
All right.
The robe that he's wearing
Yeah.
in that picture,
Yeah.
they took pieces of to make her robe, the blue robe.
Got it.
That's why.
Sweet.
All right. But anyways, yeah, so you get all their autographs.
Is that the blue robe right there that she's wearing in that picture?
Yes.
You need to find something to take that picture's place.
Yeah, so you get the Q&A and you get the autographs, plus you get to go to the wrestling show, and I have front row because they did it right this year. You picked your seat when you bought your VIP.
Well, there you
so
go.
I have front row, bam, right there. So I'm good to go. But anyways, yeah, Shark Boy's going to be in town too. You can check him out. Check that out. Now, this isn't my style, but hey, I'm going to put it up here because it's local. You know, I'm not into deathmatch wrestling, but you know, we do have people that are into that
Yep,
around
yep.
here. And so Friday, April 26th, Horror Slam holds Deathmatch Apocalypse at Rocky's Pub in Riverview, Michigan. Tickets are $12 for pre-sale, $15 for general admission, and I guess they have VIP booths. Now I'm not
Oh,
exact-
yeah, let's jump right up front for that one.
for those are $25. Now I'm not sure what the stipulations are on those VIP booths, but you know, you can always, you know, her name's Rachel. You can always shoot her a message and she'll give you the information that you need to know about that. And then on April 27th, Saturday, the day after, Clash Wrestling arrives in Allen Park, Michigan for Age of Allegiance. Petey Williams is scheduled to appear along with their women's champ and also Lotus, which is going to be awesome. They're a great tag team, one of the best Michigan tag teams around, if you ask me.
What day is that?
It would be Saturday, April 27th. And tickets are $12 online, or you can get a family 4-pack for $40. You can't complain about a family 4-pack for $40 to any show, if you ask me. But that's all I have for Indies this week. Make sure you guys, you know, get out there. Listen, if you don't go to Indies, you really should. You can meet a
Absolutely.
lot of cool guys and women and watch some great matches. I highly recommend Blue Water Championship Wrestling as well as XICW Wrestling. For sure, XICW never disappoints, for sure. So when we come back, we're going to start talking all the rage. That's where we talk about, you know, news and happenings, and we cherry pick some things and what have you. And we're going to talk all kinds of cool stuff that happened so far. And of course, we're going to break down, you know, we ain't going to break it down, but we're going to talk about the shakeup. And we got a special special thing for you tonight, just concerning the shakeup. So you just hold on there, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, it's gonna be awesome. That's right. When we come back, all the rage. And here we are. So, you know, when we're in the van. You know, by the way, Dan has a new van.
He has a new kidnapper van.
Yeah, it's a big van, and they have a VCR in the back where they're watching old WCW matches. I forget what they were watching, but I think we had a Brian Pillman in there.
Wow.
And, so it was some old school stuff. Apparently, some hand-me-down videotapes from.
I told Rebecca she's not a true until she rides in the van.
I know, she was already down there.
Yeah, you can't meet up. Let's meet up. No, you gotta ride in the van. Ride in the van.
We did a lot of talking about a lot of different things, but one of the things that I brought up, and I thought this was an interesting, and you weren't there, so I thought we'd get your look on that. But I asked the question, and I want your response, which is like, since when did who a wrestler follows and unfollows on Twitter become news, and relevant news at that?
You know, I'd love to. This is the age we live in.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get too personal into this, but we have literally dealt with this in our very own family. Right now, because you know, the whole follow, happy news, all that stuff, and these guys, I'll tell you, you know, and I don't know. I would love to believe that it is the actual people watching all this stuff, but I know that you know, WWE has a social media conglomerate that is awesome. You know, a match ends on TV and it's up on social media.
Yeah.
So, you know, are these guys, I know a lot of them are actually doing their own Twitter and stuff like that. But seriously, come on. You're going to get mad because somebody unfollowed you?
Right. Well, I don't understand, like, this whole thing with Sasha Banks, you know, this whole, you know, she's angry or whatever. And I know, personally, I think it's all BS.
This is, come on. Okay, we can get into that whole discussion. You want to cry and go home? Go home.
Right.
Okay, you've already ruined two women's careers already.
Right.
So I have no use for that. But there's a lot of that going on right now, and I don't know what's going on in the back, but somebody needs to get a rein on these, because I know Naomi was throwing a fit because she thought she deserved to be in the main event at WrestleMania, and I'm like, really?
Why?
What
have you done for me lately?
Yeah, and then you watch, you know, last week on Raw, you've got a match with the Iconics, the new women's champions, tag team champions, and they face Bayley and Naomi, and Bayley and Naomi beat them, and then the next night Bayley goes to SmackDown. What? Why? What? It doesn't make any sense.
Well,
so you got Sasha out there, blah, 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 I don't like what's going on. You've got Naomi out there, blah, 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 I don't like what's going on. Come on, get a rein on them.
Well,
Pull them in.
I just almost wonder if this is just them, you know, playing into everything and creating a buzz, personally, because, I mean, you got to think they've had to reinvent themselves.
Yeah.
And social media is one of their big things.
Oh, it is.
You know, and with, you know, the what's that tag team challenge, the mixed tag team challenge that they had going on. That was Facebook only. You know, and then, you know, the pre-shows now are live on Facebook and live on YouTube. You know, all these different things. And I really do think that this is just. I just think this is.
I think it's just part of them. Yeah. And if it is, great, because it's working, because it's ticking a lot of people off, and I like it. So
yeah, well,
beautiful Bobby versus Ric Flair.
That's what they were watching in the back.
All right, great.
So, you know, before we get into some things, you know, again, it's been 2 weeks.
2 weeks. You missed a lot.
Yeah, I know. Weeks. So we had the Hall of Fame induction. And
the Hall of Fame induction.
I think what's pretty cool is that no longer do we have only Ric Flair as a two-time Hall of Famer now, because now you have Shawn Michaels, Booker T, and Bret Hart right along there with them.
Correct.
Now, I'm not upset with that per se, but I almost think that I like a good story.
Yeah,
okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Ric Flair, last match, WWE, okay. Yes. Shawn Michaels retires him. right?
Right.
He gets inducted into the he gets inducted the night before.
Right.
He's retired the next, right?
Right.
WWE. Okay. Shawn Michaels is the one that did it.
Right.
I think that Shawn Michaels should have been the only one this year to be a 2-time guy, just to tell that story. And then next year you bring Bret in on a 2-time.
Yeah.
Or Booker T.
Well, it's kind of weird because, you had, you had a lot of weird inductions this year. Because
Yeah.
you had 2 tag teams.
Yeah.
Didn't make any sense because you don't do that, right?
Right.
1 tag team, but you did 2, and I don't know if, why they did it, but, hey, that wasn't the story anyway, and you know that, right?
No.
That wasn't the story.
No.
The story was Hippie Boy jumping in and trying to knock down Bret Hart.
Well, yeah, and what's
How
up with
dumb
that?
can you be?
What's up with that?
I think tonight I'm going to drive to the center, and I'm going to jump a living legend in front of current active roster wrestlers, including Braun Strowman.
Right. And this is the first year they did it in the ring, right?
Yeah.
Instead of doing
Usually
it...
they're on the stage. This time they did it at the Barclays Center.
Yeah.
It was. I'm like, seriously, you're all kinds of dumb.
Then that's in there right there. So what
the
about this
Simpsons
idiot?
predicted it.
Did they?
It's a funny. It's one of those mean things,
Now, a little bit of crappy news,
Yeah.
Vampiro. Now, I've never really been a big fan of Vampiro anyways. He's kind of a mouthy, and I'm not a fan personally. But with that said, I never wish anything bad on people. No. And Vampiro announced that he's been diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
Yes.
Which sucks, as I know people that have had Alzheimer's, and it's not cool at all.
No,
but
it's not.
I mean, do you think that could be related from all, maybe all, CTs and head injuries and stuff? Because he was a hardcore kind of guy previously before he got, because before he was in WCW, he was very popular down in Mexico, and he's head of talent something for AAA, which is Lucha Libre down there in Mexico. And then he's also a color commentator for, what's that called? Lucha Underground. That's it. So,
I don't know. I'm sure someday they're gonna find out, and it's sad.
Yeah,
sad, but.
And it's with everybody now. So every time something happens within professional wrestling,
Oh, good Lord, here we go again.
And it's like, sign with AEW.
Sign with AEW.
They're going to AEW. Luke Harper's asked for his go to AEW. Right? Okay. Well, this time somebody really did go to AEW, and it was Darby Allin. Well-known independent wrestler Darby Allin. He has signed with AEW. Really awesome teaser promo deal that he did with Skateboard. Oh, man, it was amazing. If you haven't checked it out, go online, do so. It's really cool. I really like Darby Allin. I've seen him live a couple times at some Evolve shows. He's very unconventional. He's very out of the box thinking when he wrestles. So he brings something different that you haven't seen or you don't see all the time. So he's fresh.
Yeah.
And he sticks out to you. Like when you go to a show and you go, man, that Darby Allin guy,
Well,
so
it'd be nice if AEW would do a show.
they have. Well,
they're signing everybody, but
right. Well,
they need to get these guys going. Get it moving.
Was it just yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. The tickets for their Florida show went on sale.
How quick did that sell out?
I don't know. I didn't look. Then their Vegas show's coming up here very soon.
That was gone. Those tickets were gone in 4 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, but
Crazy.
we still, the rumors are, there's a lot of rumors, and
Everybody's going.
Well, the rumor is that they're in negotiations with Turner Network, and they're gonna go on TNT. And however, a lot of people are saying like it's gonna be like
is it 1988 again?
I guess. Well, that's the thing, and that's who they are negotiating with.
Yes,
but there's no nothing on the dotted line. So now
we'll see.
But the clock's ticking.
We'll see.
The clock is ticking. They got to get something going. Now, Tommy Dreamer made an announcement on Twitter, and I haven't heard anything since, but that he was going to be signing a contract with a major wrestling organization this week. This was the first response everyone has, like I said, is AEW.
Mm-hmm.
But what if it's not? What if it's somebody else?
I don't think it is.
He's worked with Impact quite a bit. and Eddie Edwards.
Yeah, that's where I think he's going. I think he's going to Impact. I don't think he's going to AEW.
Plus, he has his own deal with House of Hardcore, so who knows? There's only
he's more of one of those. He's more of the Impact kind.
Yeah,
of
there's
guy.
only 4 if you count Major League Wrestling.
Yeah.
And then if you want to go with Mexico and whatever else, like Ring of Honor, I don't see Tommy Dreamer going to Ring of Honor. Not at this point in his career.
No.
So with that said, before we talk about the Monday night and Tuesday, it was Monday, Tuesday, every day. The shakeup. I'm gonna play this wonderful video I was sent today.
This is awesome.
From the young gentleman known as Q. So here we go. He's going to put it down for y'all.
What is up, guys? It's Quentin here, and today we are going to be talking about the Superstar Shakeup. Boom. Let's get right into it. Alright, for my top 3, I'm going to do top 3 on Raw, top 3 on SmackDown, and we're just going to see what happens. Alright, my top 3 new Raw Superstars. AJ Styles. I'm very happy. The match that he was in with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns was very nice. I like that. Add a little bit crisp. It really shook things up. Superstar Shakeup, funny. Yeah, can't wait to see what house he builds. The Miz. Yes, this is like one of the best ones that I like because, well, Miz right now is like just amazing right now. He's awesome. He's way better than Shane McMahon, and we all know who likes Shane McMahon. Alright, so now Rey Mysterio. I'm super excited for this one. Yeah, because who doesn't like Rey Mysterio? And now time to go to my top SmackDown, new SmackDown Superstar Shakeup Superstars. That's weird. Roman Reigns. I'm not happy that he's on SmackDown, but it's definitely going to be interesting because this isn't his first time, and it's not his second, I'm not sure. Yeah, but I can't wait to see what Roman Reigns does. But Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe, they were on Raw together. Samoa Joe got picked to SmackDown, and the rivalry just stopped. So can't wait to see what they do with that. And my next favorite is Finn Balor. Yeah, so he's now the Intercontinental Champion still on SmackDown. It's very good. I'm happy about that. And yeah, and this is my last one. And for my last SmackDown, it is Apollo Crews. He's just like so talented, and he just like likes to do these standing moonsaults and everything. It's just like me. And yeah, now let's talk about some upcoming shows. May 4th, BWCW, In Your Face. Better see you there. I'm gonna be there. And yeah, May 5th will be my first XICW show. I'm super excited. Hopefully I don't get punched, but I won't because I'll just block it. Boom, come at me, see what happens. My most favorite match to see at BWCW In Your Face is Cyrus versus MM3. We all know that I hate MM3. And he's gonna be at XICW, duh. And we all know I'm gonna boo him, and if he tries to slap me, I'll slap his little punk face back, like it's normal knowledge. I know my boy Cyrus Satine will win against MM3. So, yeah, and that's all that I have for you. So, goodbye!
So,
oh my lord,
this kid, I tell you, man.
Smack him in his little face.
Yeah, smack him in the face. I'm going to smack him in the face. So, that's what's going to happen there, just so you all know. So, thank you, Q. We're going to make that. We're gonna make that a regular thing on the show. Little sound bites from Q. So
we gotta come up with a cute title. For
Right, and then I'm gonna have to make him an intro. Yeah, I know.
all that stuff.
My guy, I know.
You know, and then he's gonna demand like he's gonna have a rider clause.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you know
I know.
how he is.
Yeah, I know.
Free merch.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man. Oh, don't give me any ideas. So, the following superstars have moved to the SmackDown Live roster. Roman Reigns. Well, makes sense. Roman Reigns, top talent for WWE, and
Moving to Fox.
Moving to Fox, right?
Yep.
Then we got the Intercontinental Champion Finn Balor.
Also, really, really good.
Right. Elias. That makes sense.
Entertaining.
Yep. Bailey. Didn't make sense.
No.
Amber Moon. Okay.
Yep.
Kerry Sane.
Yep.
Okay. Lars Sullivan. Okay.
New tag team, you know.
Yeah.
Kira Sane and
yeah.
Asuka.
Yeah. Buddy Murphy coming from 205 Live.
Yep, that's
coming
cool.
up. Liv Morgan. Chad Gable. Apollo Crews and Mickey James. So that's not bad. Oh, Otis and Tucker.
Yeah, Otis and Tucker too. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, well, they were down there. So,
Yep.
And then now we have the talents moving to Raw. Now they could be coming from NXT, they can be coming from 205, and they can also be coming from SmackDown. So, the top of the list, the man who, you know, built SmackDown or whatever he says now.
Number one on Q's list.
AJ Styles. Okay, good guy. The Miz, of course. The Miz is now a good guy. How'd that happen? Don't know. Ricochet, one of the best high flyers.
Yep.
You know,
absolutely.
besides Will Ospreay and Rey Mysterio in there. You know,
Weaponized Alex Weir.
that guy too. Aleister Black, who's from Amsterdam, by the way. Eric and Ivar.
They're awesome.
Is that the Viking?
The Viking, the Viking tag team.
boy. Andrade, who's
Yep.
used to be Cien Almas. Zelina Vega.
So yeah, he got to bring her with him.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's unusual.
Yeah, speaking of bringing with, we got ones down here too.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, and Naomi. They're all together.
Amazing.
EC3 coming to the main roster.
And through the stage.
Right. Lacey Evans, Eric Young, who is now on his own.
There was a big deal on that too, on online social media and stuff.
Yeah. And then Cedric Alexander, who is, man, personally, I watched a match at Evolve between Cedric Alexander and Zach, what's this guy? Sorry, Zack Sabre Jr.
Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, and that was an amazing match because this guy has he's like 100 million holds and just looks like it hurts really bad. And Cedric Alexander is this high flying, crazy somersault flippy guy, and just to watch the two styles and how they made the match work was amazing. It was really cool, and then they both had some really cool things to say about each other. But with the shakeup came some releases, and also, now this wasn't because of the shakeup, but there was also a request for a release. So Luke Harper is one of those people that asked, or is the one that asked for his release.
Right.
Which is sad because I like Luke Harper. I really think that they could have done a lot with him. It's just I think they just didn't know what to do with him.
They didn't know what to do with him. He had the injury, and then he had another injury, and it's gonna hurt you. You know, the show must go on.
No, that's for sure.
And when you're sitting in the sidelines, you got to come back and you got to make your presence known. And
right. Well, you know, and you know, like with a lot of the specials that have been on, and you talk about with Vince. And, you know, Vince has always been a pretty, you know, big on the big guys. You know, Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, these types of guys. And Luke Harper's one of those guys. He fits in that realm.
Right.
And I almost see, and even with MLW, Impact, and even in WWE now, we're starting to see it getting away from that.
Yeah.
Where the big guys aren't so involved anymore.
And that's why, you know, when, of course, you know, so Luke Harper requests a release, and everybody's going, oh, he wants to go to AEW.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you want to go? He
There's
can't
nobody,
go to AEW. There's nobody there for him.
Not his size.
No.
Not. You can't tell a good story.
No.
With you could do 1-2 matches, but then what do you do after that?
You know, this is one of those things. Now that he's back, and now that we've got the really horrible storyline with, Daniel Bryant done. You know, put him and Rowan back together again. Get the Bludgeon Brothers back together again. Because now you've got big tag teams.
Yeah.
You know, you've got those crazy dudes, can't remember their name.
I know what you're
You know who
talking,
I'm talking about?
Yes, yes.
The guy with no
AOP
neck.
or AOP. Yeah,
You know
AOP.
that? You got them. You've got these
Authors of
Viking
Pain.
guys. You got all these people. So why not bring back the Bludgeon Brothers now? Because now you can have big guys.
Why not bring back a good tag team division and make it,
absolutely.
So
I
we
don't know
got
why
good
he's
tag teams.
unless he's being told, no, we're not going to do that. We want you to do single stuff, and he doesn't want to do single stuff because, whatever. So if you want to go, go.
Yeah. I mean, go if you go, but I just think it sucks because he could be a whole lot.
Yeah.
I think that he was just wrong time, wrong place.
Yep.
And that's what a lot of people say in the business is sometimes it's just a matter of being in the right place at the right time.
You got to hit when
Yep. And that's exactly what it is.
Exactly.
And then Sanity member Alexander Wolf announced his departure from WWE as well.
So like I said, it was a complete breakup of Sanity. Boom.
Yeah, gone, right?
Roll a grenade, they're all gone.
Now with, out with the old and with the new, here comes more guys in the Performance Center.
Yep.
We got Kushida. I don't know if you're ever familiar with Kushida, but he was in New Japan.
I heard the name.
He's a good guy, good wrestler, works very well. I like a lot of some of his work. He did some work in ROH as well. Good guy. Garza Jr., who is a third-generation wrestler, is now in there. And then Shane Strickland. I'm not a big fan of, personally. I like his wrestling, but as a person, he's a dink. Anyways, are now part of the developmental system in WWE. That's just my I've met him and I didn't like him.
They'll take care of that down there.
Right. Oh, I'm sure. But that's just me. Okay, so we are to that part of the show where we do legit wrestling questions, where you ask us questions and all that good stuff about wrestling because...
I'm going to ask you a question because it's legit wrestling question. Got some time. Have you gone and have you watched the 16 hours of WrestleMania?
Not all of it.
Well, you can't watch all of it.
No.
It was crazy.
No.
It was crazy.
All right, we're going to hit this and we'll come back. Yeah, so I was in Paris when WrestleMania went down.
Mm-hmm.
And I caught the last match of the pre-show, which was the tag match, I believe, where Zack Ryder and the other dude won the tag titles.
Oh, I didn't get to watch the pre-show.
Yeah, and that was it.
Comcast went down.
Right, and then I shut it off and went to bed because it was midnight in Paris.
So you literally didn't watch any of the main show.
Well, I did. I watched the first match with Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar. I watched that. I watched that one. That's the one match I remember that I watched. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's late there.
You know, like I haven't went through all of it. I've been just kind of skimming through. I did watch the AJ Styles Randy Orton match. I did watch that. It's what I expected.
Yeah,
you know, it's what I expected. And then I was really surprised that WWE put the belt on Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins.
It's time.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
it was different. Now you got the winning streak started.
Right. Yeah.
So see how far he can go.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know what's really interesting about those two is they're really good friends outside. And,
right.
You know, and they're with them. There's no kayfabe. I don't know if you know that. With Zack Ryder and Kurt.
That's them.
When they have a podcast that they do, that's because they're huge collectors. It's huge.
Right.
Like Zack Ryder, there is a Macho Man Hasbro that was only made for an ad. There's only one in existence. Zack Ryder has it.
Mm.
Yeah. So, anyways,
isn't that cool when you find out stuff like that about people?
Yeah. Well, he's huge. He's also there's two different versions of this one right here.
Yeah.
It's regular Macho and Macho King.
Oh.
Okay. And so he's a huge Macho King collector. He has the MOC version Macho King. He has the loose Macho King. He has the form that they used at the factory to make the bubble that went over top of Macho King. He has the
it must be nice.
Oh yeah, well there's a YouTube series and he goes in and he drops like $1,600 bucks.
I don't doubt.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
1,600. I'd be divorced if I dropped that kind of money.
Well,
I'd
you know, I did
like
the same.
$10.
I watched the same thing because Rick Springfield is a huge Star Wars nerd,
Oh, okay.
and he brought the toy hunter to his house
Oh.
and showed him his collection of, hey, by the way, there is only one of these in the world. Here it is. Well, how much that? I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for that. Things like that. He just had a table full of, there's
Right.
only 3 of these left in the world. These were only made in.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool when you find out stuff like that.
There's a group I belong to on Facebook, and they're primarily like, mostly like He-Man, Masters of the Universe, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Star Wars. But every once in a while, you see some wrestling stuff in there. But I've seen some pretty nice Star Wars still in the box, not opened, go for really good prices, and I'm like, oh my god! Like this one guy out of Ohio, they call him Chef Dick. His name's Dick, but they call him Chef Dick because he's a chef.
Yeah.
And he sold a original, still in the box, never been opened or never been played with, Darth Vader, his TIE fighter. Never, yeah.
Oh, that was not put into a lot of production. That was a pretty limited run.
And it was worth like $400. I think he sold it for like $200. Yeah. They don't care. They're like, I just buy toys. I don't care. That's amazing. So, did we have any questions? I didn't even see.
Well, we got, is Josh Harper going to get beat up at XICW? Because, that's what you do.
Oh, yeah.
That's what happens when you mouth off to DBA. You're going to get your... you guys don't learn.
He called DBA old. I wished I would have had my camera on. I'm sure it's good. I'm going, when I go back, if they have the DVD, or I wonder if they're just going to do XICW and all one DVD for the Proving Ground. But when they do, I'm buying that DVD just for that, to watch.
To see if it's on there.
DBA going off on. People were asking me, they're going, what did your buddy do? Oh my God. And I'm like, he called DBA old.
When the Ragers are in the house, trouble's going to start, right?
It was hilarious.
So you haven't watched all of it yet, huh?
No, not all of it.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. Have you watched the women's match, the main event?
No, not yet. No.
It's worth the price of admission.
That's what I heard.
It's worth the price of admission. They did such a great. It was so awesome.
So
awesome, and it's another one of those that it was like, what just happened?
Yeah,
it was perfect.
I am still interested, and I know what they're doing right now. I know because Becky Lynch won, and she won both titles,
right?
And she's been defending said SmackDown title on SmackDown and said Raw title on Raw,
right?
For me, I don't believe that the women's division is big enough as is to separate it between two things, right?
Right.
So to have a women division for SmackDown, a women's division for Raw.
Well, they're only going to have one women's tag team.
Yeah, and
championship.
I almost think that you should have, and we've talked about this before, but so NXT has a 1-hour show on the network once a week, and then they have a pay-per-view, every so often, right? It's like, 6 pay-per-views or maybe something like that?
Yeah.
So why not do something similar with the women where you give them an hour to showcase the whole women's division, just women? You know what I mean?
Why not?
And then
we're getting to that, and you can still have them on the roster. You can still have them come up and do the show, but give them their own show. Why not? It's time.
And not only that, I think that
unify the women's championship.
Right.
You have a tag team champion. I don't know what other type of champions we could have.
Right.
Have a hardcore champion with 24-hour rule. I don't know.
Well,
something you could do something with the ladies and have them have their own show on the network, and then they still get to wrestle on the main roster.
Right. Well, and it's like they've set it up all along with with their reality TV series that they got with the Bellas and then the Divas and all that stuff. And
turn that off.
Come on, you're not their target market.
No,
you know that,
no,
and that
I'm not.
the women are the target market for that. And so you're drawing women into the reality side of wrestling, and then where do they go from there? Right. So now they follow those women into watching WWE. Well, if they're women, they're not going to, if they're coming from there to WWE, they're not going to want to watch all the other crap.
No.
You know what I mean? So why not give them something to watch?
Why not?
You know
give them their own show. I absolutely think they could do their own show. I think it would be very well received. Glow on Netflix is been pretty good.
Right. Well,
Everybody seems to like that, and that's just loosely based on the show.
Josh thought Josh was going to die, he says.
Yeah, well, oh my goodness. I can't wait to see Easter Sunday at the DBA household. I'm sure it'll be fascinating. Good
Right.
Lord.
Yeah, well, I just...
It's one of those things. We're at the time now. They have main evented the TV shows. They have main evented. They've had their own pay-per-view. They've now main evented WrestleMania and did not disappoint.
Nope. Except for Josh thinks he said he fell asleep.
Cody, it was 12:30 at night.
Right.
That show just kept going and going. I'm like, oh my goodness! Oh, lost my title right there.
Well, you know what it is they're trying to do things like they're looking. You can tell they're seeing other companies and what they're doing, and they're trying to mimic some of that, like New Japan. But New Japan's target market, the people that watch New Japan are not the people that watch WWE.
Listen, there's a difference. I don't know if you know this or not. Japan's an island.
Right.
You can't go anywhere.
Right.
Okay, so they got them locked in.
Right. Yeah.
There was things
over
they
there,
could have
too.
done. There was things they could have done to definitely cut down. But leading up to WrestleMania, it was just like all of a sudden they just started adding these matches, and it didn't make sense. And then are we going to put this on the pre-show? And nobody really knew what was going to be on the pre-show. Oh, by the way, before everybody gets off, I almost forgot I would have got in trouble. Mrs. Weir won the Weir household pick the matches for WrestleMania.
Oh, really?
She picked Becky. Oh, you already know Becky Lynch. She
I
picked
already
Becky
know.
Lynch to win. Alex picked Charlotte. I picked Ronda. Mrs. Weir. We were all tied at 8, and
that was the tiebreaker.
That was tiebreaker, and she won. So, congratulations to Mrs. Weir for winning the 2019 Weir household
Right.
pick WrestleMania matches.
So
that was pretty awesome.
When I recorded the video for my WrestleMania picks for that Friday when I was gone, some of those matches weren't even announced yet, so I didn't even get to pick you know. Well, and what ticked me off too is I really think that if you're gonna make the Cruiserweight title a legit title, take it off stinking pre-show and give it at least the beginning. At least.
Well, yeah, they couldn't do the beginning this time. Brock had to go.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, whatever. That's
your boy.
Hey,
Let me just tell you how happy I was when he walked out of the. Good. Goodbye. Goodbye. Put it on Seth. Now we're gonna have some fun.
Listen. When he did, I've said it 100 times. When he had his first run, I was a big fan.
Yeah.
And then when he left WWE. And then he went to the Miami Dolphins and tried to do that thing when he made the practice squad. And he was like, no. And then he started training and he started fighting. And he lost his first match to Frank Mir. I was like,
Yeah.
Then he had a rematch against Frank Mir. He beat Frank Mir. And then I think it was either his third or fourth match when he went against Randy Couture for the UFC heavyweight title. And I told everybody that I was like, Brock Lesnar's going to smack him around like a little, you know what? And he did.
Randy Couture is 109 years old.
Well,
but it's just like Brock going back now. He's going to go back to the UFC. He's going to get smacked around.
Oh yeah. Oh well. And I know. Like the limbic system, and you know how it works.
Right.
Fight or flight, and he's gone.
Yeah, you
See
get him
ya.
right, just right. He's done.
That dude, I've never seen
It's the
somebody
same
that
with
big.
Ronda. That's why
Right.
Ronda lost.
Right.
Somebody popped her, and she didn't know how to handle it.
Well, what is she up keto? Right? Is
Yeah,
that what is it?
Judo.
Judo, and judo's not really a striking
No,
sport.
judo's
is
a judo's a grapple.
Right.
And throw.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can see that in her style.
Right. Well, it's the same
that
with
was
Brock,
the first thing.
right?
Was, yeah.
Brock was
Holly,
a collegiate wrestler.
Yeah,
So.
Holly popped her right in the face.
Yeah,
and she
Holly
didn't know
Holm.
what to do. She's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah,
and then
right, done.
Next thing you know, it's over.
Yeah, well, I remember black belt class the next Monday when we were popping each other in the face. None of you know how to get hit. Here we go.
Right.
Wham!
It's like Wednesday night too. I think Eddie Thomas got punched twice.
Oh
by
yeah,
his brother, and
that was one of the best classes I had in a long time. 'Cause I don't get to throw people, and I don't get thrown very often. And Mr. Crawford,
he was looking for you tonight.
was he?
He was back again.
Yeah, well, he threw me around like a sack of potatoes, and I'm not a small dude. I'll tell you that right now. I weigh 2 something. So.
But WrestleMania, all in all, I would say was really good. But I'll tell you, even better was Monday night.
Yeah, I didn't watch that either.
Monday night after was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, because of course, you know, you got Elias getting beat up by the Undertaker, which was awesome. You had all the other stuff that was going on with the Shield, you know, retiring. There's another thing. What is this stuff going on Sunday?
I don't know.
The Shield's last match.
They're doing a match just for Dean Ambrose.
And I saw, you know, who they say now they're gonna face.
Who?
The Shield's gonna face for the last time.
Who?
Bobby Lashley, the Scottish guy.
Drew McIntyre.
Yep, and come on, who's the other one?
The other Scottish guy.
No, the group. Oh, Mr. Excitement, Baron Corbin.
Oh yeah, Snorbin, Baron Snorman,
who beat Kurt Angle on his final match. Really?
Well, I mean, I get it.
Really?
You go out on your back, but I understand, but not to Baron Snorman.
No.
You know, like...
Well, Thugonomics came back, too, which you would have loved.
I did like that. I did. I thought it was kind of... Right. I just think it was cool.
It was cool. It was funny.
Yeah. But Batista going out on his back. And he did a big old interview where he talked about... He's like, look... He's like, it was about respect to Triple H. He goes, Triple H broke me in. Triple H, you know, groomed me to be whoever I was, and I felt like I owed it to him to when I retired.
And it was a really good match.
To go out on my back, and I did.
It was a really good match.
That's
why all the matches were really good. I didn't have, like I said, I didn't have too many complaints. But as Alex has said, and I will say, if what's her name, the pirate doesn't do, if she does not do something with the pirate ship at Tampa Bay Stadium next year at WrestleMania, I will be highly disappointed.
You know, and I'm really getting tired of WrestleMania not coming to Michigan, by the way.
It's cold.
I don't care. I want WrestleMania.
You know, I could go on about this, too. Do you know that they did not do a access for 23?
Here in Detroit?
Here in Detroit, that they didn't have the week up to all that stuff. They had the Hall of Fame ceremony at the Fox, and then they had WrestleMania. They didn't even have Monday Night Raw at Joe Louis the next night. They were down in Cleveland.
Oh, wow.
So all that, you know, that access they do the week up to WrestleMania where you meet everybody, and they didn't have that in Detroit when it came for 23. So, I'm just saying.
You know what, though? So, like, one of the guys that, you know, like, I go to a lot of signings.
Yeah.
And one of the guys, when we were waiting for Seth Rollins, we were sitting and we were talking. One of the guys was talking about that there was people talking about when Seth Rollins' Access Pass went on sale for WrestleMania, for this past WrestleMania, and they were talking about how much it was. It was like $600 for this big old meet and greet, whatever. And this guy's comment, he's like, yeah, I paid $19 to get into here to get an autograph, and you guys are paying $600. Yeah. So, you know, and that's, to me, I have a hard time paying that kind of money to meet one person.
Right.
You know, where I'm paying $295 and I'm getting to meet Ric Flair for the third time, Bret Hart for the first time, you know, 2-time, Booker T, 2-time, right? Who else is going to be there? The Nasty Boys, Tito Santana, Rick Steiner, David Arquette. You know,
there you go. So
there's a bunch of other ones. Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
And you're going with Dave Mitchell, so
yeah,
I mean, there's entertainment in itself.
That is true. He's very entertaining. Well, you guys didn't ask any questions, so you guys suck. You're all fired.
Kelly was supposed to sign autographs and canceled after waiting for hours. Oh, Josh, I'm sorry. Oh, Danny Beals. Right. No, Vince hates you, Danny Beals.
Right. So don't forget to scroll down into the description, click the affiliate links, and buy stuff.
Please.
You can also donate. It's not expected, but you can do it. No big deal. I don't expect anything. You can catch me and all my raging friends at BWCW on May 4th. We will also be at, well, some of us will be at XICW on May 5th for Proving Ground. And then again in June, when it comes back again, we'll be there again in our VIP because we missed out in our VIP booth for the next one. So
blame Danny for that.
So there's that. And yeah, so, you know, if you see us and what have you, come over, shake our hand, say hi, and all that good stuff and what have you. And don't forget you can buy a t-shirt, prowrestlingtees.com/Rasslin Rage. And that's about all I got right there. What do you think?
I don't know. Should I come back next week too? Just
make it 7.
Make it 7.
I don't know. I think Josh might get mad.
Well, yeah.
You know, I didn't get to play his video
Josh
tonight.
doesn't get mad. By the way, Josh Harper makes the best cookies in the entire world.
He brought me some for my birthday.
I forgot to tell Josh when he came in the other day to drop off the stuff for XIC. I told him I was going to tell him, you're not getting your canister back because we just opened the canister and smell the canister.
Yeah.
The best cookies I've ever had.
Well, I got a video to play from Josh, and it's not. I can't do it tonight, but I'm going to put it on Facebook for everybody to check out. It's going to be pretty cool. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Josh is the man.
So okay, so what you got to do? So what do we got to do? We got to come up with a cool name for Q's segment.
Yep.
And let's see, we got to keep Danny Beals from hosting.
Danny, what are you gonna do, dude? What are you gonna do?
You know what he'll do? I better not give him that here. I'll tell you. He won't drive anymore.
Oh, well, you know
That's
what
he'll do. He'll be like, well, you won't put me on. And
well, if Josh comes on, that will tie him with Danny Beals.
Sweet.
Yeah, and then so that you're 2 up over everybody.
And it'll stay that way.
Yes, sir.
Keith Cream, I so wanted to do that when he was in the ring. I deserve respect. Everybody say yes, sir. And I just wanted to go, no, let me show you how it's done.
That would have been awesome. Hold on a second. I'll be right back.
Call the place to cheer you at.
Here we go. All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
That would have been awesome.
So thanks for coming on again. What's going on here?
What'd you do?
My mic. All right. So thanks for coming on. We'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place. Oh, yeah. Monday, my interview with Karam is going up. And then Wednesday, I'm going to try to record Sunday night, maybe Monday, because I got an interview Monday night as well. But I'm going to record, and I'm going to do a super Hasbro special. This is going to be, you guys, I'm going to blow your mind. And it might result in a divorce. Who knows? But I'm just joking. Not really. So check that out. Thanks again for joining me.
My pleasure.
Number 7. 6.
Number
6.
It's going to be 7. It's going to be 2. Hey,
right.
Let's just have some fun.
22.
There
you go. So, again, thanks, everybody. We'll see you again next week. Look for that interview with Karam on Monday. And don't forget Collector's Corner always on Wednesdays at 5 o'clock. Check you guys next week. Peace.
We are the Death Road Army. Vehicle City villain Aaron Orion. Black Diamond Jack Price.
The Wild Child Jody Threat.
And weaponized Alex Weir. And you're watching Rasslin Rage live on Friday nights at 8 o'clock on YouTube.